How's it going, guys? It's CF, and today we're going to be going over some of the best fantasy hockey cards of all time from NHL Hockey Ultimate Team. So moving along here to Twitter, we actually have the NHL HUT Community. Myself and a few others actually made this community. So if anyone would like to join, I'm going to leave a link to it below. We did just hit 1,000 members, so that's pretty sick. And so for this video, I actually tweeted this out the other day. Who is your favorite or some of the best fantasy hockey cards? So my pick definitely was Matt Duchene from NHL 22. We're going to go into what happened with that card in a little bit here. So scrolling down to the first one, we have FBK Lover, a loyal viewer to the YouTube channel and the Twitch streams. I appreciate it. We have Theodore Lindstrom from his FBK team, FBK Lover. So taking a look at this card, unfortunately, does not look like he ended up hitting 99 overall, obviously. Once again, we're on HUT, NHL HUT Builder. This website is great when it comes to just looking at old cards from any of the, previous games. So looking at this card, unfortunately, like I said, he did not reach 99 overall, so he didn't really reach full potential, but a 6'1" defenseman, that's not too bad. What's this synergy? I kind of forget how all of them work now. So this is from 23. So he has protector, 95 speed. Yeah, nothing too special. I'm not really familiar with this player, but hey, this is this is FBK's favorite team, so getting a card from your favorite team is always pretty cool. So up next, we got Alex Millie. He sent in these NHL 20. These are the prospect cards. I actually really liked these. Unfortunately, I got Yoki Haru. So even though he started in 83, I don't really think he went up too much. But I really did like these. I think Nate just did pretty good in terms of upgrades. So along with that, he sent over Jared McCann from the Seattle Kraken. So let's just take a look at what happened with this card. So clearly, Jared McCann did end up reaching a 99 overall. I think we just need to admire, first off, this card art. I thought these looked really cool. So diving into Jared McCann, gold quick draw, pretty damn good. And again, he hit 99, so 99 stats all across the board besides, fighting skill, which is, fine. Yeah, this card was pretty great. Now that I notice, why did this card not get 95 or 99 faceoffs? He's a center. I don't see why not. Then again, though, I think some of these synergies, yeah. So this synergy right here, this did give him 99 faceoffs regardless. So yeah, this card was great. I know this was a fan favorite for a lot of people, and clearly he hit 99. So you got what you wanted from him. Going over to our buddy JT here, he said MSP Zegras, which I'm pretty sure is a joke because I don't think he went past 80 overall, to be honest with you. He was hurt most of the year in NHL 24. So he also mentioned Eriksson Ek and Boldy. So I did actually bring up Matt Boldy's card. And yeah, this card I think was a shocker to most people that he hit 99. So again, this is from NHL 24, and this card's pretty good. I mean, he's a 6'2" left-handed winger. So yeah, he's pretty great. The one thing with these cards, though, 83 endurance. For some reason, none of these fantasy cards in NHL 24 had endurance. Like, if you go through each one of them, all of them had low endurance. It was actually pretty disappointing. I don't know why they did that. We thought as the cards would upgrade, this would actually change, but no, they all had low endurance. But yeah, Matt Boldy, I mean, this card looks pretty great, and he was kind of one of those unexpected players to go off and, reach 99 overall. So going over here to Captain Carl, he shouted out the NHL 21 fantasy cards. So if you guys weren't familiar, this is the year where the season started a little bit late because of COVID. So they weren't sure what to do with fantasy cards. Now, ultimately, we did end up getting the traditional fantasy cards for this game. But until we knew when the season was going to start, they released this event called Fantasy Hockey. And they kind of just picked some random players to give cards to. So as Carl said, this card was nothing too special. This is just him as an 86. Eventually he does upgrade more and more. And yeah, Carl's definitely right. This card was nothing really special. I mean, 6'3" center with, not the greatest stats, 85 speed. If you can deal with low speed, this card was decent, I guess. Going down though, he did have 88 faceoffs. So again, if he's someone who you did eventually upgrade, that is pretty good. This is also the type of game where there were so many synergies, so if you did unlock these, he definitely becomes better. You could get him up to an 88 speed card. But yeah, I don't know. I really liked the NHL 21 fantasy cards because until we knew what was going on, we did at least get some fun cards to play with. So I did like that. So one of the last cards I'm going to take a look at from the community is this James Neal card that Jump sent in. So if anyone remembers this James Neal card, he is definitely someone that people did not expect to be a great pull for fantasy. Clearly, though, things worked out with this card pretty well, because despite not getting to a 99, it didn't really matter. This card was really, really good. A 6'2", 220-pound right winger with 99 all across the board for skating stats, and essentially 99 shooting for everything. This card was great. So when we take a look over here at his stats, so this is the 1920 season. The 1920 season got shortened to about 70 games because that is when the COVID pandemic began. And as you can see, James Neal that season only played 55 games, so he did miss a good chunk of the season. Although he was able to score 19 goals, if only he could hit 20, but he was able to score 19 goals this season to bring himself to a 98. So if my math is correct, he started at a 79 overall, and he went all the way up to a 98 in a shortened season, and, you know, it was James Neal. He got out to a blazing hot start. He didn't really keep up with it, but eventually he did at least hit a 98 before the season ended. So while we're here, I do want to spend some time looking at, just a quick glance at all of the cards, really, all of the fantasy cards we've gotten since NHL 20. So here we go, in NHL 20, this is really the main, this is the main group, only one page here, and the main standout for me is 100% this Brady Tkachuk card. In my opinion, this is one of the greatest card arts we've ever gotten, alongside to the Kovalchuk, but he did not hit 99. This Brady Tkachuk card is some people's favorite card ever. This card is straight up just phenomenal. I mean, he's a 6'3" left winger and hitting 99 speed. This card is iconic. I think when people think fantasy event, this is honestly one of the cards they will think of. Some of the cards in this group are funny, though. I mean, like, some of them were just complete disasters. Nolan Patrick, who was eventually just replaced by Lindblom, 79. Tolvanen, 79. I mean, Jimmy Howard, 77. Some of the choices just weren't really good for some of these cards. And yeah, here's my Yoki Haru card that I had, who, he unfortunately didn't get the upgrades I was looking for. So moving over to NHL 21, this is where things get really weird for fantasy. As you can see, all of these cards are they're all upgradable, right? So completely different. These were not traditional fantasy cards. These ones were. So this Joe Pavelski card is is probably the main highlight from this set. So again, these cards did not come out until we finally knew what was happening with the NHL season, and since the season was delayed and everything, we didn't get these cards right away. Eventually we got these cards. 99 overall Pavelski. This card's fantastic, and notice 99 endurance. They were not punishing cards for endurance, which I just don't know why they do that now. But yeah, this card is pretty good. Going over the second page, looks like they tried again with James Neal, and unfortunately reality set in, and James Neal didn't really have that big season. But yeah, what a weird year for fantasy, all the way from an 82 to a 99. And I think what happened with these is, I think they re-released these cards as 93s and then allowed you to upgrade them up to a 99. I think that's what happened, but I'm not fully certain. Just a weird year for fantasy. Now going into NHL 22, this is actually probably my favorite year for fantasy hockey. Again, I think this card art is it is so nice looking. So here's just a look at all of the cards. A few of the highlights here. I mean, Morgan Riley, a great season. Mangiapane, kind of his breakout year. Kuznetsov, a lot of these just ended up being really good picks by EA because we got lots of 99s this year. I mean, just look. Bunting was the shocker. So most importantly, we have to look at Matt Duchene. This is probably this is a top 3 fantasy card all time. And if you are someone who made Matt Duchene, you'll know why. Yeah, this year they were really generous with fantasy cards, as he had 99 everything. Every single stat is a 99. His adjusted overall 99, average overall 99, everything's 99. This card was insane. So when you take a look at Matt Duchene's career stats, you know, he's on the Stars now, past his days with the Predators. You go down, and his 21-22 season, he scored 43 goals. And clearly that is the outlier for his career, as throughout his career he scored around 20 to 30 goals. That's kind of just the average for him. But in 21-22, this man scored 43 goals. It was almost like a celebration every single night on Twitter within the HUT community, because this guy scored again. Matt Duchene, 99 from 22, iconic card. So here we go, NHL 23, and here's that Couturier card again. But here we go. So NHL 23, not my favorite year for fantasy. I don't think there weren't the best picks for this year, in my opinion. I did actually pull this Rasmus Dahlin card, who was fantastic, and I sold him for like close to 2 million coins. So I will always appreciate that. So when it comes to picking out the highlight from this year of fantasy, it's not really easy. Like, some of these MSPs just didn't really turn out the way, you know. Provorov, yeah. Robert Thomas, like Tristan Jarry, Fiala, like this was probably my least favorite year. So the thing is, we did get a few good ones. Like this Cam Fowler card was actually pretty good. Typical Cam Fowler card at the beginning when he wasn't a 99 yet. Fast defenseman, decent shot. And eventually, of course, he did hit 99, so pretty good. Pretty good card. Pretty good card. Then another one of these cards, Dylan Strome, 6'3" center from the Capitals. This one was actually mentioned in the community post that I showed earlier. Yeah, really good card. This is one of those unexpected players to hit a 99, I'd say. He's one of those cards that people probably expected to sit around the mid-90s, but he eventually panned out, and he was pretty good. Another breakout year for someone with a fantasy card, 6'4" Noah Dobson. This card was also excellent. Very, very good card. 99 speed and 99 shot on a 6'4" defenseman is always going to do you well. If you had Noah Dobson, you're in a good spot. So the last year to look at is, of course, NHL 24, and I'd say NHL 24 was decent. Now, again, one of the big problems I had with this year, as let's look at 99 Teravainen. I think everyone had this card. He started at an 80, and he started really hot. He was like an 88, 89 by like December. The problem I had with these cards is the endurance. 99 Teravainen had 82 endurance, and the best part is he didn't even reach a 99 in speed. So I don't know, NHL 24 was, I mean, there's not much nostalgia yet because this is just last year. It is, I think, the first year where we got fantasy cards added to the end of the year. Owen Tippett was a part of this, which I really want him to get a fantasy card on Friday. But yeah, I did like the idea of adding fantasy cards for like the last month of the season. They started at like 95. So I thought it was a pretty cool idea. This card would have been filthy if he was a fantasy card at the very beginning. But overall, this year was decent. And I think one card we all will remember is this Bonk. He is the first 99 of NHL 24. And he was the first 99 and only 99 for like 3 or 4 months. This card was fantastic. He just went absolutely off for the London Knights. And again, 81 endurance. I really don't know why they did this, but this card was great. If you had him, not many people did. You had a very rare card on your hands. And there's our boy Zegras, who got the MSP and capped out at an 80 because, unfortunately, he got injured a lot. So guys, that'll do it for this video. I know it's kind of a long one, my longest video, but if you appreciated it, please hit like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and yeah, expect some content come Friday for the new fantasy event. I hope it delivers, and until then, appreciate it. Thank you.